Ian.
Dave.
Buddy, I gotta tell you, I was thinking about you today.
Really?
Yeah, this is Apex Adjacent, the greatest automotive podcast in the known universe. I'm Dave, that's Ian, the guy that I was thinking about earlier today, thinking about my boy.
Okay.
Yeah. During a painful time, I will tell you. Yeah.
I have that effect on people.
You know how you kind of had this string of like getting injured for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've been having a similar thing. Like you've somehow passed it off to me.
I passed the torch and burned you with it.
Yes, you did. You did. Like, I don't know, like I caught my foot on something the other day, you know, like it's just like I've been way more klutzy than normal. And today I think was the peak of it. Hopefully, Jesus, I hope it was the peak of it. Because I am not a coordinated individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very tall white boy, right? I don't, you know, like I can do video games and that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was putting down a towel in the bathroom, like in our basement bathroom, and I turned around and I walked straight into the edge of the door.
Oh,
like
what?
Full steam. Like just put the towel down, and like wham, like just whipped my head around and just went straight. Like,
oh my God.
Here, you can see on my nose.
Yeah, I thought it was a weird
mark.
shadow.
Nope.
It was a shadow.
Nope, that is injury. And then I took the door, like the edge of the door, not even the wide part of the door. I took the edge of the door right here, square, like I was soccer heading it. And thankfully, like my nose isn't a little bigger, or like my head was at just the right angle that like my forehead took the brunt of it and my nose just got a little bit otherwise I would have broken my nose or like could have had it like if I hit like over my eye. Like I've already had a massive thing in high school. Like I fractured this and it fell down a little bit and healed that way. Yeah.
God.
But anyway, yeah. So I like,
did it draw blood or anything? Or
no, it was one of those ones that one of the like boom headshots where you just go straight to anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even like feel pain initially. You just go straight to being really fucking angry.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God.
Door.
Yeah. I let out some weird bleat like an injured goat. Yeah. Yeah. Kelly had her AirPods in. She couldn't hear me with my pain yelp in the basement.
My God.
Yeah. So I took a header today, buddy. I don't know if I'm doing okay. Maybe I shouldn't go to sleep tonight.
Well, we have very rigid concussion protocols on this podcast.
We do. We do. Yeah. Yeah.
We've lost good men before.
You make me do a license plate game. Like, that's my cognitive test.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You take me to the hospital because you're like, no, he put this plate on this car. I mean, come on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So so if I nod off at any point during this show, like, you know why. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, listeners, I seriously have a red mark down the spine of my nose here. Yeah, it is.
I've got the smelling salts on standby.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You pass out and I give myself smelling salts.
Yeah. What's that old Onion article? Buddy system responsible for additional death.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of my favorite of all time, man. All time. Yeah. Yeah. I legit think about that Onion headline that I read 20 years ago, maybe more. Like probably once every 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
Yep. So there you go. So thank you, Ian, for passing the torch and burning me. And now, you know, yeah. Maybe I've been speaking gibberish this whole time, thinking that I'm making like real sentences. I don't know. I just need you to tell me. Yeah.
You're not talking to me. You're on your bathroom floor.
Yeah, right. This whole podcast is a Jacob's Ladder scenario.
Exactly.
This is what I see before I die. It's no offense. Yeah.
It's you over Zoom.
Yeah. There was a bright light and a really hairy, handsome man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of those kinds of shows, everybody. Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Seems
Right.
like it.
Yeah. So, well, hey, if this is my last one, we're going out on a bang. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Ian, how are you doing? Have you sustained any head injuries? What's going on in
I'm
your
good. I'm
world?
uninjured.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
uninjured.
Knock on
My
wood.
head is functioning as poorly as always with
Uh-huh.
no change.
Okay. Okay.
So
All
that's
right.
good.
Okay. Good.
I do want to bring back a segment that we haven't done in a while. So our newer listeners, of which
Yeah.
I'm told there are at least two,
Okay.
um, may not know about this segment. But this is the segment that you called "Getting Wet with Ian."
Getting wet with Ian.
Yeah, and what this segment is occasionally I take a shower.
On the podcast. This is Patreon tier.
That was the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
Occasionally I take a shower and I get like a half-formed thought, and I don't bother to flesh it all out before I dial into this shit show. No, I just bring it half-formed and give it to Dave like I read like the first step in Hamburger Helper and just told him to finish it for me.
Threw away the box.
And I'm like, it's your guys' problem now. You guys figure it out.
Uh-huh.
And usually it has to do with like linking some car discussion that we had to something that's happening in the news or something like that.
Yeah.
Today's no different. Okay. So I've been thinking a lot about the writer strike and the actor strike that's happening right now. And I've also been thinking about lately, and we've talked about this on the show in the past couple months, of like how like new technology stuff isn't really solving any problems. It's more just like creating new ones.
Yeah, like moving the problem, right?
Yeah, either moving the problem or creating a new problem.
Yeah.
And I keep coming back to this thing with AI.
Okay.
And machine learning, or however you want to call it, whatever the buzzword is this week. And man, I keep coming back to the conclusion that while it is like a good, like it's a powerful tool that I think does have its uses, and I've seen good uses of it in my industry for sure.
Same here. Yeah.
People are fucking idiots and will just invent ways to make things worse with this tool. It empowers the dumbest people to make bad decisions.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And the other thing that I keep coming back to is like it's just such a foolhardy investment to like make a machine like, kind of approximate how a person would be, rather than just invest in a person who would be better at it anyway.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And I think that extends to like self-driving cars too. Like, like Alex Roy's thing of like, we just invest in driver training,
right?
And all these other things. Like the amount of money that we're spending, the amount of resources going into making someone making a computer understand a head nod from across the intersection.
Right.
The amount of resources that go into that is astronomical compared to just like fixing our fucking roads and investing in proper training.
Right.
And mass transit. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so the link back to the writer strike and stuff is like, that's the big sticking point in that, in those negotiations, is the use of AI. And that's another example of like, nobody consumes art because it's good, because it's like objectively good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only metric, right? It's also like there's a there's a something, an emotion that was tied to that.
Yes. Yeah. Resonant, relatable. Yeah. Emotional. Yeah. Visceral. Right.
A story about the person who created it. Otherwise, like Joe Satriani would be the most, like
everyone's favorite musician. Right.
Right.
Right. And Inception would be everyone's favorite movie. Right.
Right. But the White Stripes are fucking great. It's like, if you think that the White Stripe, that like Meg White was a terrible drummer, then you probably are in favor of AI, and don't understand what I'm talking about.
Right. No, that's a really good point. That is a really good point. I think that let me towel you off here, because
thank you.
Or add water. I don't know. This
is a big mess of ingredients that I brought that aren't really pulled together yet.
This could just be the head injury talking, but I think you're onto something. Okay. All right. So you're 1,000% right. First and foremost. Okay. Like this is how much I have to concentrate. I had to look away from the camera for a second. Okay. All right. So I think that one thing that I always go back to, that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to, is like, I am very realistic about some of my talents that I wish I had that I don't have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish that I had a talent for producing and creating music. I wish I had a musical talent. As much as I love music and as much as I love like really specific genres of music, I wish I had the talent to create, or like the drive and all of that stuff to create really good versions of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is, I am so effing musically declined, it's not even funny when it comes to just coordination, talent, etc. Right? Like, maybe I could compose things, who knows? But whatever, right?
Now, I do seem to remember a gentleman did ask you if you were a rapper one time.
Right, that's right. Yeah, the Vanilla Killer, Ginger Ninja coming in. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because that person's clearly.
Remember, it was MC SPF 50.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And if I had any musical talent, I would be able to freestyle something based on that right now. Right. But I can't. But so like, this is a lesson that I've learned over time, right? Like that there is no amount of like software or equipment that I can purchase that would turn me into a musician, right? Because that is not the thing that turns somebody into a musician, right? It is talent, right? Talent is equally distributed across the globe, but opportunity is not, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that a lot of folks look at acquisition of X item as a shortcut to becoming what they want to be, right? Whether they, like, some people have the talent and they use those things as effective tools, right? But if you have no carpentry skills and you buy the greatest compound miter saw there is, you're still a shit carpenter, right?
Right.
And I think that a lot of folks are looking to not, they're trying to put themselves in a position where the tools that they can acquire are the things that produce the content, instead of the people. Instead of acquiring people or employing people that use whatever tools are effective for them to produce the content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it is a very like dickish, selfish, lazy move to try to cut out like writers and actors and use AI or computer generated likenesses without their consent, like all of that kind of stuff. It's just, you're right. It is dumb. It is so dumb.
Yeah. I mean, right? It's a dick move, but also on its face, stupid. Like, right. It's like these people don't understand their own business and like what it is.
Right.
That makes a thing. I mean, that's a tale as old as time, right?
Yeah. What got you here to begin with? It was fucking people with talent, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, but that I think this goes back hundreds of years, right? Of people with money, both enabling the arts, but also just fundamentally misunderstanding what they do and not being able to replicate it and all that sort of stuff. Like that's not anything new. It's just the technology is different,
Right.
And I think, and I've also been thinking a lot about like the technology piece of it too, of like, I'm not a computer scientist, but I think that a good way to think about whether there's a good reason to use AI is there a huge data set that already exists?
Right.
That is too daunting for a human to go through
and
learn from.
Yeah.
That's probably a really great use of AI and machine learning.
Yeah. A great example is breast cancer mammography, right? Reading radiology images, right? Billions of images, and training it to look for things that are cancerous or turn into cancer. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like that is it's a fairly narrow data set in that the format that you're looking at.
Right.
It's a contained thing. In my industry, it's like logs, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyone who works in IT right now, this is a big thing that's happening. Is AI is coming in and kind of trying to help sort through logging, because a typical like network or group of servers or whatever it is, application generates just crazy amounts of logging that no person can actually go through.
Right.
But what that format is, and it's a contained data set, right? That's a great use for it. Driving is not that.
Right.
Because we don't understand, and the same thing with art. We don't know what it is that happens in our brain when you look across the intersection and I raise a finger.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what I mean.
Right.
Or I give a head nod. Like, or, a cone is out of place. Like, we are able to interpret that. That's not a data set that already exists. So they're trying to create a data set. You're just creating a new problem.
Right. Yeah.
And it's the same. I think it's the same for art, right? Like, no, you don't, like, yes, Brad Pitt is a handsome man, but his likeness is not the reason he's a movie star.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, you would have just printed out a picture of him and taped him to some rando's face 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah. No, see, you're spot on. Okay, so now, like, have I passed the head injury pain over to you? One thing that I kind of think of.
I think it's safe to say, Dave, it's our head injury.
It is our concussion. What are we gonna name it? Yeah. I think that I think that you are completely spot on. That was very well put, right? Because the problem is that you are looking at something that is in essence just like human layer jazz, right? Like just moving everywhere all the time. It is pure chaos, right? It is a very chaotic system, and there is no order that is presenting itself. Anything that is present that organizes it is really just organizing it in theory. It doesn't actually have any enforcement, right? Like, just because the light's red, like, I mean, you really don't have to stop. That's not an endorsement. There's no physical barrier that brings your car to a stop, right? There's just too many uncontrollable variables, right? Like, and not just like a few, like billions, right? Like potentially infinite uncontrollable variables, right?
Yeah.
And I think that to tie it back to car culture and this kind of like this like dickish acquisition of something that will get you to an approximation or a shadow of the thing that you like, or that you have made money off of, I think is a better way of looking at it, right? A thing that you have monetized. I think that if you were to twist that around a little bit, I think a twisted version of that is the root of the built, not bought kind of mentality that we see in car culture sometimes.
Okay.
Right? Because I think that there are people in car culture that feel like you cannot buy a thing. Like you can't just go buy a Ferrari and call yourself a car enthusiast, right? You have to like build, like a Fox body Mustang engine swap, whatever, right? Like, the people that we're talking about, right? And which is not true, but I think it goes back to that, like a fight against somebody who is able to make a financial move to try to get a thing, and just looking at that as a shortcut to something that they themselves feel like that they have a more pure version of, And I'm not saying that they're right. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying that like a twisted version of this kind of like look at acquisition or tools, like access that someone else doesn't have is I don't know. Like for some reason I'm putting those two together in my head.
I think it's close, because I think it's that, but there's one nuanced thing different to that, which is like, there are like patrons of the arts with taste. There are record producers with taste.
Yes.
Jimmy Iovine, right? Like he created a lot of the, or he facilitated a lot of the greatest music of the last century.
Yeah.
There's countless examples of people like that. And I don't think that they're the ones that are buying into all this nonsense.
Right.
Just like there are rich car people with good taste.
Yes. Yep.
Right.
You're exactly right. Yeah.
And I think the people that we're both talking about are like, man, I have made this reference so many times on this podcast, and I promise you, I don't really like this movie that much. But in the Italian Job remake, which is not a good movie, Edward Norton just buys everybody else's shit because he has no imagination. He has all this money, but he has no imagination, right?
Right.
And I just think about that all the time, of like, that's what all of these, like tech bros who are just like jumping onto the latest bandwagon.
Right.
That's what they're doing. They don't really understand artificial intelligence. I mean, there's like, 1,000 people in the world who really understand artificial intelligence.
Right.
It's just, it's maddening.
Yeah.
Like I remember I had an Uber driver, 5-6 years ago, just talking my ear off about blockchain stuff. And I was
right.
And he was talking to me like I was like an investor, and I was like, A, I know more about this than you do, clearly. And B, you have no idea how you're going to use this technology. Like, none.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, and I not to go back, not to pretend like I'm in a very expensive Mercedes and sharpening my guillotine again, but
right.
It's the whole like private equity brain thing, right? Of like, we have money, so we must be the smartest, most important people in this conversation.
Right.
And it just means you're the least smart, because that's the whole point of money, is that it's fungible and it can come from anybody. Any dumbass can have it.
Right.
That's the whole point of it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going crazy, Dave. You're taking crazy pills.
I wish I had something to bring you back. I don't. Do you want to hit your head on the door with me?
Let's do it together, Thelma and Louise style. It's 2 doors. Just boom.
Yeah, just French doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I think that this is a very, very good getting wet with Ian.
Thank you.
I'm soaked. That may just be blood trickling out the back of my head. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
No, yeah, the world is dumb and only getting dumber. So yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Ian's just about out of Dove soap and the hot water tank's just about empty. So
Dave, I would like to transition to a very silly license plate game.
Oh, okay. I'm 100% up for that. Yeah, let me pop open the folder here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is how ill prepared I am this evening. I don't even have our Google Drive folder open, Ian.
Well, get that open because this one is called I Fought the Law and the Law Said I Was Corny as Hell.
And as white people, we never want to be corny, Ian. Nope. That's one of the worst things we can be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I fought the law and the law said I was corny as hell. I am intrigued, buddy. I am intrigued. What is this one going to be?
Well, I think you're going to see. I'm going to let the plates speak for themselves.
Okay. All right. Here we go, buddy. Let's do it.
Are we sharing with the people as well?
Yes, we are sharing with the people. Thank you for checking. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Up top, we've got a bright red Dodge Challenger RT.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle here, we have a Camaro something. I
believe that's a ZL1.
ZL1, so a very fast Camaro. And then we have a
wang on it.
Yeah, bag wang for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we have a BMW, I'm going to say X5, an older X5 or 3 maybe?
Maybe an X3, I think.
Okay. All right. And the license plates are Getaway Car, GTWYCAR, then Into Trouble, N2TRUBL, okay, and then just Wanted.
Yeah.
Wanted. Okay, that can go a lot of different ways.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh boy. Okay, so we got to do some zoomities and enhancities here, buddy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Up top, okay, we've got the little mood plushie in the Challenger. You can turn it inside out and it's like red.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like this little like octopus thing. I don't know if it's from a cartoon or whatever, or inside out. I don't know, but you turn it inside out and it's like red and has an angry face on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. It's a Virginia plate. Virginia is for lovers. Okay. Other than that, they don't have the guards on their splitter, so they're not a complete insane person. Okay. Is that where the backup camera is on a Chevy Camaro? Up in the antenna?
Oh, I never noticed that.
On the shark fin antenna back there?
No. So that way you can check on the status of your wang.
Yeah, look at my wang. Yeah, right? Pop it in reverse so I can see my wang.
Oh, what if that's for a 360 cam?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Texas to Texas plates on this one and a slightly misaligned exhaust. Okay. That's about it. Huh. Okay. And then we have what I consider the wild card in this, the BMW X3. Because BMWs are something that we see a lot of when it comes to car stanzas and just wild vanity plates.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree with that.
Like last episode, we were talking about like mom plates being a thing for vanity plates. BMW plates are, I would put them like on par with mom plates as far as like just how wild and in your face they get about something to do with their thing.
Random, whatever. Yeah.
Right? Oh, this is a good one, Ian. This is a really good one.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say the most egregious plate, in my opinion, is the wanted plate.
Okay.
Right? And I kind of want to put that on the BMW.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think it means?
See, that's the thing. like if they're sexually wanted or they are police wanted. I feel like it's more of a physical thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I did see a BMW vanity plate a while ago that I'm kicking myself I could not get a picture of. Maybe I will someday. So I'm going to say it now, and hopefully you'll get a head injury and forget about it. But the vanity plate was desired. Like, dude, like just a dude at a King Soopers gas station putting gas in his standard 3 Series.
And maybe take it down a notch.
Right. You're coming. Yeah, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I feel like the BMW just kind of has an extra little kind of kicker that puts it on par with like a much more aggro car just because it is a BMW when it comes to vanity plates.
Okay.
That's just my take. So I want to put wanted on that. Getaway car and into trouble. For some reason, I don't know why, but I really want to put these in order. Like, I really want them to be in order. I want getaway car to be the red car up top, the red Challenger. I want into trouble as like the big wing. Like, it just has the vibe of like a big wing Camaro to me for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows if I am right or not? I mean, you do, but
I do.
You do.
Me and me alone.
Yeah. So I think that's what I want to do, Ian.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I go into the Dave Don't Look folder? Am I allowed?
If you're feeling comfortable, if you wanna move ahead,
okay,
decision, then let's do it.
Also, you're right. All these fuckers are corny as hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Bunch of fucking goobers.
Yeah. yeah.
Before you pull this up, while we're talking about people being fucking goobers.
Yeah.
Can I tell you? So I went backpacking with Nico like this last weekend, and on the way back down, it was a very busy trail, and everybody, like, we passed like 5 groups of people that all had multiple people wearing the 80s, like, crazy block wraparound sunglasses.
Oh yeah, like pit vipers. Okay.
Yeah. And I gotta say, guys, youths of today, there are like 3 rappers on the planet that can pull those off. You're not one of them. You look like a fucking goober.
I gotta say, I don't even own pit vipers, and I feel a little burned. Yeah. All you folks need to listen up, because when like the hippest fucking guy that I know calls you out,
people just look silly. You look dumb.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it. That's the last. That's nothing to do with anything.
Right. Yeah. Unless you're Kenny Powers,
right? Well, and that was the whole point
of Kenny Powers. Why he's wearing them, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I'm really coming in hot tonight.
That's okay. I think you need to pick up for my lack of consciousness. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay. So you said these were in order.
I think so.
Getaway car with the Challenger, into trouble.
Yeah.
With the Camaro, and then wanted with the Beamer. Got it.
Yeah. I think if wanted's not on the BMW, I'm going to be real surprised. Surprised. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, here's the answer.
I think we do need to get you into a CAT scan, buddy.
I think we do.
Because you got none of them.
I got none of them. The BMW is the getaway car? What are you getting away from that you could drive that car more than 20 miles without it shitting the bed?
I don't know. I do have to thank Peter for 2 of these. He got the BMW and the Camaro.
Okay.
He also gave me one last week that I forgot to thank him for. I don't know what is going on with the BMW.
Yeah.
As well. I think it could also be gateway car.
I don't know. I think it's getaway car. It has
it's getaway too. I don't really understand. I think wanted is like, I don't know. I think it makes a weird sort of sense that it's on a Texas plate.
I missed that. That's a good point, Ian. Yeah.
Like Wild West.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Like, yeah. Bon Jovi. I almost said Billy Joel. Bon Jovi wanted
famously
dead or
from
alive.
Texas.
Right? Yeah.
Famously from Texas. Bon Jovi. But yeah, and then I took Into Trouble.
Yeah.
Again, fucking goobers.
Right? Yeah. Fucking goobers. Yeah. that's definitely the new insult. Yeah. That's the new herb. Yeah. Fucking goobers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate that, Ian. That's very good. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, Ian, I'm very thankful that beep beep. I'm sorry that getting wet with Ian made a triumphant return.
Thank you. A triumphant and soggy return.
And
again, I presume the BMW driver is getting away from alimony payments.
Right.
That's
right. Yeah. Or money that they owe the service advisor of the shop that they bought it from.
Right.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, buddy.
What? Go ahead.
We've got a couple other things. There's something that Dana sent us a little while ago that I want to bring up. So, that I think is just a nice wholesome thing. It is a very nice wholesome thing. Okay. So
let's see if I can get irrationally angry about
it. Oh man, I'm so glad we do this show. Okay, so Dana ran out of aluminum foil and hopped over to a neighbor's to borrow some. Okay? So this was on the box of the aluminum foil. Okay? It is an older Reynolds Wrap box. And it says, look inside, over 75,000 prizes in the Neat Summer Stuff instant win game. So this is a contest that Reynolds Wrap was running. But the thing is, Ian, tell
30 years ago.
Yeah.
It says grand prize 1990 Ford Mustang convertible. That is 33 years ago.
Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy.
This is so much better than when I was back at my folks' house, needed a Benadryl because plants are assholes, as you say. And it had expired like 10 or 12 years before.
Right.
Yeah.
I've told this story before too, but like my grandmother died in 2012, 2013, something like that. And we were cleaning out her fridge and I found a Zima.
Yeah, that's right. Kelly and I were just talking about your mom whipping out the Band-Aid with the red string at brunch that one time. Within the last, what was that? 5 years ago, maybe? 3 years ago?
Yeah, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, 5-6 years ago. Yeah, the Band-Aids with the red string. Are we the only people that listen to the show that are old enough to remember that?
I didn't remember them.
Yeah,
like I
did.
I'm too young to remember them. And I don't know. This Band-Aid was from like 1975. And she opened it up and just dust flew out. It was just disintegrated completely. This is amazing.
Right?
So was it a winner? Did he?
You know what? That's a great question. And Dana knew that we would need closure to this. So I cannot thank Dana. We cannot thank you enough for sending this in. Thank you, Dana. This is I love it so much. So unfortunately, you did not win the Neat Summer Stuff instant win game. Yeah. Yep.
Now, this is a picture of an empty box of aluminum foil. It would make this story way, way better in my head if his neighbor gave him an empty box of aluminum foil from 33 years ago.
Like, you need foil? Here you go. And then there's nothing in it?
There's nothing in it. They've kept this empty box for 33 years.
I like that that's your good version of the story.
It'd be really funny.
No, that's so wholesome to like just think that there's been this box of aluminum foil that could have been a winner sitting
I
on
mean,
the
the other
shelf.
thing that I'm thinking right now is I'm using way too much aluminum foil in my life.
Right. Yeah, you're not conserving enough. Yeah.
I'm going through multiple of them a year.
Right?
You know?
Hey, maybe this person did what I did and they found a deal and they bought 4 million of them.
They got a pallet.
Yeah, because yeah.
They really wanted some neat summer stuff.
You know what? Maybe they did. Yeah, maybe they had a family member that was like, "Oh, we're going to get this Mustang." Yeah. We could always use foil.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Didn't I give you like a bottle of green Cholula hot sauce one time because I bought like way too much of it because it was like 75 cents off?
Honestly, half the stuff in my house is things that you bought multiples of or ended up with multiples of.
Like what?
There's also the video game thing, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that was a fluke. Yeah, that was a weird thing. My mom bought that and they sent her 2 and she called them and they were like, "We did not send you 2." And she's like, "No, I'm holding 2 of these video game things." And they were like, "Nope." Yeah. Yep. And she was like, "I want to send this back." They were like, "You cannot do that."
I am really intrigued by the idea, though, that this person had a family member that was like, Reynolds wrap done fucked up. We got him. Right. And they figured out how to game the system.
Yeah.
Like, all we need to do is spend $20,000 on aluminum foil.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Punch Drunk Love airline miles. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know that was a real thing? That like somebody actually exploited that? That was like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was based on somebody who actually figured out like a weird angle to get like a crazy amount of frequent flyer miles on the cheap because of some promotion like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it was based on a true story. Like as far as that part. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Yeah, great movie. Yeah.
Great movie. But yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you,
right?
Dana.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. So,
man.
Dana also has a friend. Do you feel like seeing a donkey in?
Yeah, of course.
Or a high rider, or I'm not sure what the correct parlance is. This is Dana's friend Lloyd. Look at this fucking sweet, Chevy Malibu or Chevy Caprice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it is.
I'm bad at these.
Yeah. I think this is the second one that he's built. And his other one has a theme. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but man.
That is fantastic looking.
Right? It's got the Landau top. It's got like crazy blue, purple, pearlescent.
I was going to say that paint looks ridiculous.
Right? Yeah. Looks really, really good. Yeah. There
is a puddle underneath it.
There is, but hey, it's an AutoZone parking lot, and it could be an air conditioner puddle.
It's probably an air conditioner puddle.
Right?
Florida, air conditioner puddle.
Yep, exactly. Right? And like I saw a car today with chrome wheels, and I was upset about it. It was like it was a really, really new Mercedes-Benz SL, and it just had egregious chrome wheels on it. Like I did not like them. I know our buddy Serrated has very hard and fast opinions about aftermarket wheels on Mercedes, because Mercedes have 5 holes in their wheels for their alignment tool, the Mercedes specific alignment tool. And so he hates, aftermarket wheels on Mercedes. I feel like that's a good opinion. In this case, in Lloyd's case here, I will take all the chrome on the wheels, right?
Right.
Yeah, the Jay-Z lyric, I'm a grown up for no chrome on the wheels, I'm a grown up for real, does not apply in this instance.
I feel like chrome wheels are one of those things where like they do not work unless they do.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes they just do.
Yeah. And this is definitely one of them, just giant chrome tri-spokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
A+. No notes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. No way to improve it. Yeah. Other than give me a ride in it. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So thank you, Dana, for sending all that stuff in. We really appreciate you. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right?
Should we close out with an album of the week?
Absolutely. Ooh, Ian's doing his Jesus pose. That means it's almost time to wrap the show. Yeah.
I am glad that you have a minor head injury because I am not sure if I've recommended this album already or not.
Okay.
But I searched our YouTube channel where you post the albums of the week in the descriptions, and I didn't find the band name in there. So I'm hoping that means I haven't done this one yet.
Okay.
I am a big fan of this young British band named Squid.
Oh,
Squid.
okay. Yeah.
And they have a new album out this year called Monolith. And I was like, it's their second album. And at first I wasn't sure if it was grabbing me. And then I put it away for a little bit and I came back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I can't stop listening to it now. It's
Okay.
really, really good. It's a little challenging.
Okay. Okay.
It's a little like jazzy, sort of kind of jazzy prog music a little bit.
Okay, so here's the genres that they list on Bandcamp. Okay,
I mean, as all of the things I love.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like an Ian, like how to lure you into a van. Alternative, country, kraut pop, post punk, psychedelic punk, and London.
I would say that London is accurate.
Yeah.
End of list. I wouldn't say that any of those other ones are actually accurate. Well, it's very jazzy. There's horns, and like weird time signatures and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like weird math alternative rock, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just very, very good. And I really, really like it.
Okay. All right.
The drummer is the singer, which is always a fun.
Oh yeah, love that stuff. Yeah.
Always fun when that happens.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think you might dig the crazy rhythms and time signature change ups and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you're gonna think about the melodies.
Describe a scenario in which you would be like, you would want to listen to this album. Like say you're driving to a specific place or coming back from a specific place. Like, can you think of a scenario in which this album would be a good kind of fit for that journey?
You know, I like stuff like this when I'm stewing on stuff.
Okay.
When I'm like in my head, I want like a really good headphone album.
Okay.
And like I'm gonna be like just mulling stuff over.
Okay. Oh, so you're gonna continue processing. Like
yes.
With this being the soundtrack to it. Okay.
Yes.
Instead of it taking you away from it.
Right.
Okay.
And then I also like to listen to this like just on its own, on vinyl, on my couch when I'm not doing anything at all.
Okay. Okay.
Just listen to it.
Appointment listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Those are my two scenarios for this.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, links to Bandcamp, Apple Music, and Spotify, and probably the Warp store. I think that Warp has. I think, yeah. But yeah, links to
they're on Warp.
Yeah, to get this album will be on our YouTube description. Ian's album of the week, "Oh Monolith" by Squid.
Yes.
Yeah. You have not recommended this album. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think you have recommended another Squid album, I think.
Perhaps, yeah.
Nope, you haven't. It was a Spoon album that you recommended.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
If you liked the Black Midi album, which I'm wearing the Black Midi t-shirt. If you like the Black Midi album from last year that I recommended, then you'll like this one.
Okay. There you go.
Similar.
Nice, buddy. Nice. Yeah. Right on.
Dave, I think we did a car show.
We did, and I got to tell you, Ian, I really enjoyed this episode. But I am really looking forward to our next episode because I think you're going to have some tales for me next episode.
Next episode, I should have a race report.
Yeah.
The race is in a couple of days.
Right.
I am not prepared.
You have fireproof underpants. You're fine.
Yes, but I am very excited.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that, buddy. I cannot wait for you to get some stick time. Race prep Miatas, High Plains Raceway. My boy Ian doing it.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, right.
And you have it's going to be a race-filled episode next time because you're going to have autocross report as well.
Yeah, but that's old hat by now. You driving a Miata, that's the main story. That's our A line.
Nothing ever old hat about the field. Drifting around on autocross.
Yeah, true. I am really looking forward to you and I dual driving at the end of this month.
Me too.
Right?
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be that event where we get runs one way and then lunchtime they reverse it and we go the other way on the same course.
Excellent.
Is that what we did last time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was very fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave,
Ian.
What should the people do?
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Tell a friend. Send us vanity plate 720-515-1391. Yeah.
And yeah, seriously, things. Tell some friends because we feel like got a little momentum right now. We've been getting some more listeners and viewers and stuff, and definitely send us vanity plates and tell some friends.
Yeah. I will say one more thing to anybody that's stuck around. So Ian and I drove 2 additional cars at our MDE this year. We drove the GR Corolla and the Subaru Impreza RS. If you want to hear about one of those before the other one, just leave us a comment on YouTube. Let us know what you want to chat about, what you want us to chat about first. Yeah.
Very much.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.